fallacy. Render hate to cure the wrath as we find new ways, we define duality. Desperate to relate, rewrite me. Fire finds me. Doubt burns without defense. Wired blindly.
Hello, so today we're going to start on the bearing install. I just wanted to throw out a couple details on that, and we're going to be putting the crankshaft in also. So as you can see, the holes that are in these go on the block side. In the middle one, as you can see, there's 5, gets the one with the edges on it. And all of these have a keyway. So make sure that we're sliding them in appropriately and greasing them very well with our lubricant. So this is step 1, was getting these in. Step 2 will be putting the rest together. Putting the bearings in the caps, and again dropping the crank in and torquing everything to spec, which will be coming up next. So after I got the inner bearings done, I pretty much set the crank in place, greased and put the bearings inside of the caps. I am now tapping them into place lightly with a wooden mallet because I couldn't find my dead blow hammer, but it's working just fine for what I needed to do at the moment. This is a rather long video for what I'm doing, but like I said, I'm still going to show the step-by-step process of everything I did, just to help the next guy out. When I first put these bolts in, I put them in wrong. The stud bolts are meant to be on the outside. The small head bolts are meant to be on the inside. If you look on the main caps, 1 through 4 are facing the rear of the block. The 5th cap is facing the front of the block. Not sure why, but that's the way they do it. These bolts get torqued in sequence. I did not torque them in this video. I just lightly put them on just to get them in place, and then I torqued them after the video because apparently the torque wrench I had only went down to 15 foot-pounds, and I needed less than that, so that really didn't do me any good. I figured you didn't really need the torque sequence. There's plenty of torque sequences online to accomplish that part of the aspect for what you need. So it's torqued in 2 sequences, 15 foot-pounds and 18 foot-pounds. These are not torqued in, these are torqued to degrees. So after you torque them, you're doing 51 degrees of twist, and on the second torque, I believe it was 80 degrees. I would have to look again, like I said, but that's pretty much what they are. There's plenty of information too if you do a quick Google. I've never done this before, but like I said, after I did this video, that's pretty much what worked for me. And so you're basically torquing it in your sequence to 15 foot-pounds. Then you have to hit the crank with a rubber mallet just to set the thrust bearing surfaces, and then a final thrust of the crank is in the forward direction before you torque it. Once you do the 15 foot-pounds, you're doing the 51 degrees, and then in the second torque you're doing 80 degrees. When you do the 18 foot-pounds, there's no required sequence for that, but you should tighten one side and then the other before moving to the next cap. There's no angle also needed in that either. So that's pretty much that. This is just me tightening them down. You can end the video now if you want. You can continue to watch me screwing these bolts. Completely up to you, but feel free to ask questions in the chat. Comments are welcome. Like I said, I'm new to this, so I'm figuring out as I go, and that's about that. So thanks for watching. My next video will be me prepping the pistons. I'll also be doing the timing for this, degreeing the cam, all of that good stuff, and then moving on to the heads. And then it'll be a little bit, but once the show season's done, once I get pretty much the motor built to where the intake needs to go on, once the show season ends for the car, I will be starting to disassemble it, which I'll probably take some videos of taking out the K-member and all of that, pulling the motor. And then the fun starts, and I will be starting to get this motor in the car. So it's going to take a little bit, but hopefully by springtime, this thing will be up and running again. And you'll have all the information needed to do this in your car. Like I said, when it's all said and done, this LS will be making the same amount of horsepower, if not more, than a boosted 4.6 at half the cost of boosting the 4.6. So that's pretty much essentially why I'm doing this build. I feel like it's just a little bit easier and a little bit cheaper, and honestly, the LS parts are just easier to come by. There isn't even many new edges sitting in the junkyard anymore if I wanted to go get a block or go get parts, but I can go on Marketplace and find an LS in every city block, it seems like. So there's just an abundance of parts. The parts are cheap, they're readily available, and it seems to be I'm able to get LS stuff just a lot easier, which is why I'm going this route. Especially if this car is going to get tracked, it's going to get tracked hard, and I need to be able to source parts at a fast rate so I can keep this car on the road and not be down for 6 months. So that's pretty much my goal and the plan overall on what I'm doing and not doing with this build. So that's pretty much that for this video, and I'll end it here. Thanks.